Hey guys, Monochrome here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Genuinely good to have you. Now, for those of you who have been with me for quite a while, first of all, thank you for your subscriptions. Definitely appreciated. Second of all, you guys know I do not do clickbait titles for my videos, and this video, no exception to that rule. So let's just get right into it. I work two full-time jobs, and one of them is third shift or graveyard shift at a large facility. Part of my job, working security, is to make sure that people don't trespass onto the property, which happens frequently. Why? Well, because the owner of this place is too damn cheap to hire enough security to cover everything that needs to be covered. One of the gates we have to keep open constantly for late night deliveries to a cafe within the facility. So it has to stay open. And unfortunately, we get a lot of individuals in the neighborhood who have a passive aggressive, entitled mentality. They trespass all the time. The best way to handle it, when there's a vehicle that doesn't belong here with people in it, or a person in it, or people on foot, is to walk up to them, politely but professionally inform them that the facility is closed, that they will have to leave, and to wish them a good night. And I'll tell you, the vast majority of the time when I have to do that, I'm dealing with decent human beings. And their response is usually along the lines of, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was private property. Good night." And they leave. They leave because they were raised the right damn way. They were raised by parents who actually gave a damn about being parents. But unfortunately, you know what? You get a little complacent, and that's what happened to me. So, 2 hours after midnight, very last day of 2023, I see a strange car out in the parking lot. I go to investigate it. And as I approach it, there's this couple walking towards me and the vehicle. Now, I didn't realize until later that that was their car. So, young woman, cute puppy, and the guy. And it very quickly became obvious I was dealing with some low-life, worthless street thug, or maybe a low-life, worthless street thug wannabe. Anyway, I greeted them, said hello, informed them that they were trespassing, that they would need to leave, and I wished them a good night. And then I went off to investigate another vehicle that looked a little suspicious. And as I'm walking away, I get a little bit of attitude from the worthless street thug. And I decided, okay, so I'm not dealing with someone who was raised the right damn way. I'm clearly dealing with some low-life thug off the street. You know what? It's disgusting that decent human beings even have to tolerate such individuals. And let me make this clear. A low-life street thug, I'm not talking about skin color. You could have a young man, white as hell, shaved head, Doc Marten boots, skinhead, that's a street thug. You can have a black man who's a pimp, a pusher, or just someone who grew up admiring pimps and pushers because, oh, hey, they got money, they got women, I want that. Yeah. They don't grow up admiring Reverend Sharpton, do they? No, they don't. They don't want to be someone who can better their community. No, they don't. They admire Tyrone, the drug dealer, the pimps, the pushers. That's who they admire. A worthless thug off the street, sometimes they wear custom suits and speak Italian. Or they wear flashy clothing and speak Spanish. I want to make it perfectly clear that I'm not referring to skin color when I talk about a worthless thug off the streets. So, back to this incident. After I got a little bit of attitude, for no reason at all, I decided, you know what? I don't need this. Turned around, walked away, started walking towards the doors. And I see out of the corner of my eye that they're still lingering around. And I told them, hey, I'm going to call the police. If you want to stick around and deal with them, that's your business. And oh, did that ever set off the street thug, the worthless piece of human trash street thug. Oh, yeah. In hindsight, that was a mistake. I should have just walked away, just called the police and let them deal with this couple. So now he starts yelling expletives at me. He's calling me a coward for running away. All I'm doing is walking towards the doors where the security desk is located so I can use the company phone to call the police. And I hear him slowly walking behind me. I'm walking away. He's slowly walking towards me. He's not running up to me. I'm keeping an eye on him from the corner of my eye. And I walk inside and I hear the footsteps behind me stop. But I'm not an idiot. So I go to my work bag and I pull out my canister of pepper spray. This very same 2-ounce canister that you're looking at right now. My intent was to give the police a call, report the incident, and to just have it on hand in case the street thug was actually stupid enough to walk in and continue with his antics. I guess by this time you could call it a confrontation. I do anyway. But like I said, he hesitated for a few seconds behind me after I got inside the facility. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe this guy is at least smart enough to just turn around, walk away, get in his car, and drive off. Because I told him I was going to call the police. Well, no. If anything, worthless piece of trash street thugs and street thug wannabes, let's face it, they're consistent if nothing else. So yeah, he walked inside, wanted to continue the confrontation, still running his mouth, until he saw the nozzle pointed right at his face. And I told him in no uncertain terms, Get the hell out of here or you're getting sprayed. And he started immediately, literally backpedaling, walking backwards, and I was slowly walking forwards as he was slowly walking backwards, still running his mouth, still talking tough. We get outside and I see that his chick is outside holding the puppy, and he's still running his mouth, obviously trying to make himself look like a tough guy, trying to make himself look good in front of his chick, calling me all sorts of vile crap. And finally, I just said to him, do you honestly think someone like me gives a damn what someone like you thinks of them? Well, then he started threatening me, oh, I know where you work. Yeah, you know where I work, and you also know I have pepper spray and I'm willing to use it. That's why you backed up. Of course, I didn't say that to him. All I said to him was, you really want to throw your life away? Like I said, worthless piece of trash, street thug. Quite frankly, it is disgusting that individuals like him, who more than likely have a criminal record, have the same rights as decent human beings. It is absolutely disgusting. But he backed up all the way outside. I went back in, and yes, he was smart enough this time to leave. And I haven't seen him since, and God willing, I will never see him again. But if he's stupid enough to come back, oh yeah, I am very prepared. This is the one I keep in the trunk of my car. I no longer keep it in the trunk of my car. Surprisingly, this 16-ounce mini fire extinguisher pepper spray container fits surprisingly well in the sap pocket of my cargo pants that I wear at work. Instant access. And yes, I do have a pepper spray belt holster coming in the mail. But this is now with me at my post. And here's my point. If you live in a place that is so disgusting that criminal rights are considered more important than the rights of law-abiding citizens, and you are legally prevented from getting a firearm, a concealed carry permit, even though you've never broken the law, and you're stuck with pepper spray, honestly, get the pepper spray. Because here's the thing, this wasn't a wake-up call for me. Although I did mess up by going outside without pepper spray, this wasn't a wake-up call. This was a reminder. There's a difference. Because honestly, I do keep pepper spray in the trunk of my car. I do keep pepper spray in my work bag, and I do have pepper spray on me. Usually. Guaranteed, that usually is now going to be always. Because here's the thing, when you stop and think about it, with the exception of a firearm, with the exception of a handgun that lets you keep distance from a potentially violent attacker and allows you to defend yourself from several feet away, what other option lets you do that? Now, you might be saying, well, there's a taser that fires out probes. Honestly, not really. Not really. There are individuals who can take a taser shot and brush it off. However, those same individuals, they don't get to brush this off. Because you hit someone with pepper spray, they're going to be temporarily blind. And if you're smart enough to get off that center line and not stand directly in front of them while spraying them, they're no longer a threat to you. They're blind. I mean, yeah, you can tase someone with a couple of probes, like police officers have tasers. More than likely, though, any jurisdiction that bans handguns is going to ban tasers. You're still dealing with someone who can see. They can see you. They can pull out those probes and come after you. Pepper spray, that's a different story. And yes, there are other alternatives. How about a tactical pen? Here's a good one from McArmy that I might do a review on later on. Nice little glass breaker tip. Problem is, when you use this as a hammer fist enhancer, you have to get physically close to the threat. Or how about this? A nice tactical flashlight, like this AceBeam Defender P16. By the way, excellent flashlight with a TIR optic and nice aggressive scallops. Well, these scallops or crenulations look aggressive, but they really aren't. Still, who wants to get hit with this? But again, the problem is, as a hammer fist enhancer, you have to get physically close to someone. And don't even get me started on that BS about, oh, you can strobe them and it'll disable them. No. Just no. Please don't try that stupid nonsense. You're going to get hurt. No. A tactical flashlight is great for lighting up areas where there might be a threat. And last-ditch defense as a hammer fist enhancer. The light itself is not going to do anything. Yeah, you might strobe someone, and this particular model does have strobe, instant access. Yeah, it's light. It's light. This works at a distance. This actually works at a distance, just like a handgun works at a distance, which is why you need pepper spray. Even if you're in a jurisdiction where you can carry a handgun, there are going to be situations where you won't be justified in using a handgun, but you might be justified in using pepper spray, because this is considered a less than lethal option. And this is currently the only realistic option for civilians to use at a distance from an attacker, other than a handgun. Have pepper spray. All right, guys, that's it for today. I'll see you soon. please stay safe out there.